My best friend! Something's not right here. I can feel it. The air around me is thick with all the uncertainty. It's suffocating me, ripping the breath from my lungs. Perhaps I'm overreacting. That's what I've been told. Maybe my personal biases and hindsight make me see what isn't there, or not seeing what is. I don't. All I know is that I feel like I've just been handed a crappy cheese, lettuce, and tomato sandwich and told it's a quarter-pound cheeseburger. Isn't that a good hamburger, Paul? No, asshole, it's crap. My wife and her best friend are sitting with me in this crowded restaurant. As usual, they're sharing secrets they don't tell me. The hard-to-see glances they cast at each other when they think I can't see tell a story their mouths don't tell. As annoying as it is, it happens a lot. But somehow today feels different. Something else is in the air. I don't know why I have this feeling, but there it is. They've known each other since they were kids. Best friends since junior high school. They joined the cheerleading squad at the same time and have been inseparable ever since. Even after they graduated high school and went each to their own colleges, they remained close. Their relationship has always annoyed me. I know it's irrational. I was never going to prescribe to my wife who she can and cannot be friends with. I don't own her. We are partners, not master and slave. But still, she chose me, for better or worse, until death do us part. We are joined for life. If there's some aspect of their friendship that I'm not happy with, it needs to be addressed somehow, not swept under the rug. But that's exactly what she's doing. She says I'm making a big deal out of it, overreacting. Her family tells me the same thing. Paul, you have to understand. They tell me he's like a brother to Cece. Yeah, you heard me right. Like a brother. I mean, her best friend is a man. Of course, you're probably going to say what everyone else is probably going to say. They look at the fact that he was a cheerleader and assume he's gay and that I have nothing to worry about. Wrong. Gary, her best friend, is 100% straight. In high school, he slept with more cheerleaders than he did quarterbacks. He has seen them all naked at one time or another. He was always at the bottom of the pyramid, which meant he spent most of his time looking at their asses and grabbing them. He had to make sure he grabbed them right so they wouldn't fall over. If that meant he had to hold on especially tightly to a soft pair of buttocks, by golly, that's exactly what he had to do. My wife thought it was hilarious. The fact that he used his intimate knowledge of the women on the team to sleep with most of the girls at school, between the two of them, it's like a walking joke. She tells him how disgusting he is and giggles uncontrollably the whole time. I know most of you are ready to ask the million-dollar question. I can already hear it. I've asked myself that question hundreds of times, and I'll give you the same answer I give myself. No. According to them, Gary and my wife never made it to the end. But doesn't that raise a bunch of other questions? Like, what the hell does that mean? What is to the end? If they didn't reach the end, how far away is that end? Isn't that what sows doubt? Not to the end means that that thing did happen. Asking these questions makes me look like an insecure ass. People look at me with a, "Really, dude?" look and shake their heads. I've never gotten a straight answer, at least not one that completely satisfied me. It's always been a point of contention between us. I love Cece, I trust her. But there is always that nagging feeling of insecurity. She tries to make me forget about it, always dragging me out on dates with Gary and his wife. Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot to mention that. He's married. Yet another reason why I should chill out. Anyway, Ciara, CC, has always tried to bridge that gap between Gary and me. I know she wants us to be friends. And honestly, I could see that Gary was trying too. So I let my guard down and relaxed a little. The problem is, we have nothing in common. He doesn't watch sports, doesn't work with his hands, and never wants to do anything that would make him sweat. My hobbies, on the other hand, include going to the gym, working on my car, and bowling. He likes dancing, roller skating, and window shopping. I know. Sounds gay. I see he fooled you too. No matter how hard I try, I just can't get close to Gary. He and I realized that a while ago and we stopped trying. We are cordial with each other, but neither of us likes being dragged out and forced to hang out with each other for my wife. We just don't have the guts to tell her that. So whenever I can, I find reasons why I can't hang out with the four of them. CC. S usually disappointed when I get bored, but after a while it became the new normal. Over the years, she still invited me to come over and let me know I was welcome, but didn't really expect me to show up. Today, when she invited me to have lunch with Gary and his wife, I decided to go hang out with them. When I agreed, she seemed pleasantly surprised, but also seemed a little nervous. When we arrived at the restaurant, we were there before Gary and his wife, so we took a booth for 4. About 10 minutes later, Gary showed up, without his wife. He walked up to the booth with a big smile on his face. When he saw me, his smile became less genuine and more strained. I sensed a change in temperature. Cece also seemed more anxious than usual. She talked a lot, but nothing worthwhile. It seemed more like an attempt to cover up an awkward silence rather than a smooth conversation. I, on the other hand, was put on high alert by this unpleasant atmosphere. My senses were heightened. I was acutely aware of everything, including the furtive glances they threw at each other. There was something else there. When we left the restaurant, I couldn't focus. As we walked to the car, my thoughts scattered in different directions. CC was still very talkative, all the while not saying anything of substance. It was just getting annoying. "What's going on between you and Gary?" I suddenly asked, interrupting her meaningless sea of useless words. She stopped and looked at me with her mouth open in surprise. "I realize you guys are mad at me at this point. I broke rule number 1. I suspected my wife of cheating on me. At this point, I should have pretended everything was fine, secretly made contact with a private investigator. And then, while he was watching my wife, I should have maintained her false sense of security so that she would let her guard down and make a mistake. Fuck that shit." "Paul, what are you talking about?" she asked me. I have to admit, she did look genuinely confused. "I'm talking about you and Gary. What's going on?" "Paul, you're not making any sense." "Okay," I said, stopping. "Let me ask you a simpler question. Are you sleeping with him?" "What?" she gasped, completely shocked. "Sleeping with Gary? Are you out of your mind?" I admit it. Her absolute shock at the thought of her with Gary actually calmed me down. A little bit. But I know I'm not imagining things. "If you're not sleeping with Gary, then fine. But something's going on. I need you to be straight with me and tell me what the hell it is." Cece shakes her head and walks forward. I step faster to catch up with her. When I've made my way toward her, she says, "I can't tell you, Paul. Don't ask. Just wait a minute. Do you have something you can't tell me? Your husband? But you have no problem telling Gary." "Paul," she's whining like she's begging me to stop talking. "No! Don't flatter me! Answer me! You can tell Gary, but not me, right?" "You don't understand, sweetheart," she said cryptically, gently grabbing my hand. It's a tactic she uses when she wants me to calm down. I shook my hand, freeing myself, waiting for her to elaborate, but she doesn't. "Ciara, you better tell me something," I say firmly. She looks at me wide-eyed, as she always does when I call her by her full name. Then her face looks defeated as she exhales irritably quietly. "Paul, this is not my secret." I still don't give her space, and she finally gives in. "Gary is cheating on his wife." "What?" "Yeah," she says, nodding. "He told me not to tell anyone, not even you." I almost sigh in relief, but then my mind starts spinning with other thoughts. "So he's cheating on his wife and you're helping him cover it up? Is that true?" She nods again. "But you don't have to tell him anything. I promised I wouldn't tell you." By this time, we're standing by the car, so I unlock and open the door to let her inside. When she gets in, I walk around to the other side of the car and get in. "Promise me, Paul. Promise me you won't say anything." I don't answer her, starting the car. After I pull into the driveway, she once again begs me not to say anything. Honestly, I didn't care about Gary cheating on his wife. That's his business. If he wants to give up on his marriage, to hell with them. What bothers me is the fact that my wife not only knows about it, but is helping him. So he's cheating, and you're helping him? I repeat, carefully emphasizing the words I want her to pay attention to. Now I guess she realizes the meaning of what I'm saying and starts to back off. Well, it's not like I'm helping him with this. I'm just here to talk to him. That's all. About the affair? All of it. Including cheating on his wife, right? I can see her growing increasingly annoyed with the continuous loop this conversation is going through. Me too. I think I'm more entitled to it. I'm the only one in the dark here. The only reason for this loop is because she wants to play word games instead of just telling me the truth. Paul, why are you questioning me? I'm not the one cheating, am I? See? There she is. Another ploy to confuse me. She didn't even answer the question. She can't say, yes, I'm helping my best friend cheat on his wife. Instead, she has to try to fool me and make me out to be some crazy bastard who always overreacts. Heck, I'm not exaggerating. I've pretty much decided to let it go. The escalation alone makes it all not worth it. But I refuse to get out of the way of her word games. It's a common tactic of hers. It's actually quite effective. But not tonight. Today she can't refuse me. I quickly touch the car and squeal into the makeshift parking lot. Then I put the car in park and turn off the engine. Paul, what the hell? CC, I'm not playing with you. Give me some straight answers. We're not moving until you do. What the hell is wrong with you? She's yelling at me. I take the keys out of the ignition and put them in my pocket. A useless gesture, I know, but it makes my point perfectly clear. She sits up and stares at me, not believing her eyes, while the seconds tick away. Jesus, you're an asshole! She finally shouts, crossing her arms over her chest and pouting her lips. I sit silently in place, waiting. I'm not going to let her distract me from this conversation with any more confusing answers to my questions. I lean back and rest my head on the headrest. Great! He's cheating on Cynthia with someone from his office. He tells me he feels bad but can't stop. This new woman makes him feel alive. She listens to him and understands him in a way that Cynthia just can't understand. Are you happy now? Well, where do you come in? You're giving him an alibi? Are you sitting there listening to a report on his sexual gymnastics? What are you doing for him to come talk to you about it? I'm just here to listen to Paul. That's all. You should try it sometime. I think about it for a few minutes. Then, with a nod, I start the engine again and drive off. Do you think what he's doing is wrong? I ask after a minute of silent driving. I guess, but I don't blame him for it. So you don't tell him to talk to his wife? You don't tell him it's wrong to cheat on her? You just sit there and giggle with him about all the nasty things he's doing with this other woman. Am I right? She just shakes her head. See? This is why I didn't want to tell you. You're so quick to judge people. Really? Telling your best friend that he's wrong to cheat on his wife is judgmental? She lets out a groan that is pure annoyance. That's not what this is about. It's your attitude. You're so sanctimonious. You already don't like Gary, so why would I tell you something that would make you dislike him even more? You won't even try to understand where this is coming from. Where did it come from? He's cheating on his wife. Who the hell cares where Mr. Cheerleader came from? I'm yelling. How the hell does she not see that? All she does is snort, shake her head, and stare out the window. We don't say another word the rest of the way home. At the end of the day, the air in my house is cold, and I'm not talking about the air conditioning. CC walks around, deliberately ignoring me. It's highly annoying, and I, in turn, don't try to get her attention. Fortunately for me, it's Sunday. Sunday is soccer. It allows me to not even worry about her being cold to me. Later in bed, she continues to protest. When she comes out of the bathroom after her shower, she's wearing a baggy t-shirt that says F****KU not love and sweatpants that say, don't even think about it. When she gets into bed, she turns so that she's facing me. For a minute or so, we lie in dark silence. Each of us tries to outsmart the other. Finally, I have had enough. I have to bring up the question that has been bugging me all day. Cece, what if you were cheated on by me? Before I can finish, she instantly turns to face me. The movement is so quick, so sudden, it pulls the blanket off me. Her face is a mask of anger. If you were cheated on by me, I continue, wouldn't you want Mike, my best friend, to be as cavalier as you are? Wouldn't you want him to tell me how wrong it was? Or wouldn't you want him to sit quietly and tell me different stories? I see her eyes begin to fill with tears. But she doesn't soften. That's not what I do, Paul. I told you. I'm just listening. He's my best friend. I'm not going to judge him, just like Mike wouldn't judge you. Besides, I hope Mike at least tries to find out why you feel the need to cheat. That's what I'd like to know. Why? I'd like to know what it is that you're not happy with me about so I can fix it. Wouldn't you like to know that? I guess I would, I soften. Finally, I give up. I have to accept the fact that we won't look each other in the eye. Besides, I'm not going to let Gary's infidelity get in the way of my wife and me. It's already cost us one day together. We could have spent today having fun. Instead, I watched all the games I could find and she did whatever she wanted. Now I'm not going to have any love. Look, Cece, I'm sorry, okay? I still think it sucks, and I don't like that you seem okay with your best friend cheating, but I'm not going to hold you accountable for it. Can we please put an end to this Cold War? Her eyes glisten with tears and she nods. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. We shouldn't be fighting. She moves closer to my side of the bed and wraps her arms around me. We kiss with a deep, passionate kiss. That kiss was both a white flag of surrender and an apology. It was also imbued with a promise of love and understanding. Even though we had argued and disagreed with each other, we were still lovers and spouses. I love you, Cece, I say while my hands find the waistband of her sweatpants. She doesn't stop me from slowly pulling them down. She even lifts her hips to help me. I love you too, Paul, she says as I pull her pants off. Her eyes are full of fresh tears. Don't ever forget that. Do you hear me? I hear you. I hear you. We're making sweet love. It's one of those great sessions. Married people know what I'm talking about. Every once in a while, you and your wife engage in that kind of intense, energetic, the kind where you just can't get enough of each other. It makes you just explode when it's time for you to finish. I love my wife, and I won't let Gary or anyone else get in my way. The next day. I walk through the door and kiss my wife before heading to the bedroom to remove my work casual clothes. While there, I see her cell phone light up on the nightstand, starting to vibrate. I didn't pay attention to it at first, but then curiosity took over. My wife's phone is locked, but she has it set up so that when she gets a message, it shows up on the screen. She can't reply to it until she unlocks the phone, but she can read it. So I can too. What I read stunned me at first. However, the pieces began to fall into place and make a lot more sense. When full realization came, I was furious, a boiling fury of magma. The message was from Gary, and it said, "Glad your affair is finally over. It was so not good. Your husband is a great guy. He doesn't deserve this. Besides, you know I can't keep a secret. What the hell? Ciara, it's over.